This isn't gonna last for long, so you're gonna have to be quick with this one. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mandy, the Handmade Homeschooler, and today I have just a really quick video, kind of more of an informative one, if you will. So I have a little bit of an addiction to books. So one of the things that I love to collect is good classic Christian literature. I just feel like you can't find anything else like that. It's so rich and it's so edifying for both you and your kids. And even though these books were written for the younger kids, I find myself reading these all the time. I love these books. They have been so good and so edifying for me personally, and I just love collecting them. And that is part of the reason why I fell in love with Generations. These are all Generations classic Christian books. There's a lot here. I tend to collect them when there's a sale going on, and there's a sale going on right now, and the sale is targeted at my favorite thing, which is literature. Now, here is the other thing. They also have their grade packs on sale too. However, the grade packs, so those packs where you get everything that you need for that specific grade, is on sale too. And you can save 25 to 50% off right now, just for the next couple of days. So that's why I wanted to get this video out really fast, because it's here and gone before you know it. And I wanted you to know, if you need curriculum, and especially if you need literature, right now is the time to buy. And I'm going to show you some of my favorite things, just so you can get an idea of what's available, what I personally like, because I get asked for my opinion all the time on this type of stuff. And so maybe you can save a couple of dollars this summer while you buy curriculum, because it is that time of year. And I want to mention too, these books, these classics, these make really great read alouds apart from curriculum. So even if you don't get to read that book during the year, but like maybe you wanted to, or if you just need a good summer read aloud, these are the ones you want. They are hardcover, and they all match. That's the thing that I love about these books. I don't know what it is about me and matching covers, but even though like they're not part of a series, like they all match. Like the artwork is pretty similar with a lot of them. They're all the same size, which I love. Like they fit like perfectly on my shelf, and they're all hardbacks. So it looks like this beautiful collection that all goes together on your shelf. And I just, you know, I'm one of those people that collects literature like this. So I did want to mention that, because it is kind of important to bookish type people. Okay, so we have read some of these books as part of a curriculum, and I will show you what some of those are. Now for the older students, like high schoolers, they have much different types of books here. So like this is one, I believe this is for 12th grade. This is Worldviews and Conflict. This is a literature. And then they have a bunch of these great Christian classics. There is actually a brand new one of these. I think it's the purple cover. I have not got that one yet. I might for my oldest child, but we did this one. This one, I believe, was 10th grade for my oldest child. So one of the ones that I have for the younger students is Great Christian Adventures. And I actually got a couple of the books in this stack from this. You get Titus, The Swiss Family Robinson, and The Life of Henry Martin in this book. And this is a one-year curriculum, and I believe this is for 7th and 8th grade. And then this is the one that we actually did this year, which is the Great Christian Stories for grades 7 through 9. And this one was Fox's Book of Martyrs, The Holy War, The Hiding Place, and Robinson Crusoe. And so what happens is you get, when you order something like this, you'll get the workbook like this, and this is the teacher and the student book. The answers are in the back for you, and there's a schedule right at the front. And then everything in between is your student worksheets and tests. So it's super easy to follow and everything like that. So you'll get this book here, and you will get the 4 books that it mentions here on the cover, and they will come as books like this. So It makes it very easy to follow along. It's, you know, it's really foolproof, which I love. And it's really easy if you are kind of more hands-off or like need to be. Like I'm kind of hands-off because, you know, I have lupus and a couple of other issues. So I need to make sure that whatever I have is really open and go. This is really open and go for, you know, families like mine who maybe have to have a little bit more independent learners. So I love that about this curriculum. And I read the books with the kids. So I don't read aloud the books to my kids. Like I have a 12th grader. So, you know, he obviously is going to prefer to read by himself. But what I do is during the summer or, you know, when I have extra time, what I do is I read the books myself. And, you know, I kind of take notes on them and then I make points for discussion. And then when they get to whatever chapter, I will look back at my notes and we will talk about the book, you know, together after they have read that chapter. So it makes it really easy for me to kind of go along with the kids. Another thing I want to mention is they do have audio tracks now for some of these books, which is great. And they have an audio track for my favorite book, which I will show you. So I'm going to show you some of my very favorites. This one is my all-time favorite, which is Stepping Heavenward. And I love this book. This was so edifying for me. I am almost 40. I'm knocking on the door of 40. And even though this book I believe is probably like a YA type of book, oh my goodness, this was one of my very favorite books ever that I've ever read is Stepping Heavenward. And this book follows Katie and her journey from, you know, girlhood to womanhood. And it's kind of like in diary type form. And we see her transforming as Christ transforms her. And we see her journey of sanctification throughout her life. And this was, I think every woman needs to read this book at least once. Just one time you need to read this. And I think there is a new audio track for this one too. Fox's Book of Martyrs, again, another one I think that every Christian needs to read at some point in their life. Really good book, really hard book to get through, but necessary book. They have The Pilgrim's Progress for young readers. So if you've never read The Pilgrim's Progress, which up until about 5 or 6 years ago, I had never read The Pilgrim's Progress. In fact, I had never heard of it until we started going to the church that we go to now. I had never heard of The Pilgrim's Progress. So highly recommend this one. And then have a movie night and watch the newer movie of this one. It's really great. And my kids love that movie. It's animated and it's really great for the younger crowd, but it's also really entertaining for the older crowd as well. And then there's all kinds of other tales in here. Like I have Sir Gibbie, I have Titus. Titus was a good one too. There is The Cross Triumphant, The Giant Killer. The Giant Killer is one of the ones that I want to read probably this summer. There's Robinson Crusoe. We read that throughout this last year with our curriculum. Swiss Family Robinson. Believe it or not, I have not read this book, but my youngest child really likes Swiss Family Robinson. So I'm glad I have a good copy of this one. These are books that I feel like you could pass these down to your kids and to your grandkids. So that's half the reason that I buy these books, is because I'm keeping them on my shelf for when I have grandchildren. And yes, I think about future generations like that because that is how I am. So I keep these on my shelf for when I have grandkids and I have books already for them. So I plan way in advance for the future generations of my family. That is this video. I'm gonna wrap this up. Again, sale details are gonna be down below in the description box. And you're gonna be able to save 25 to 50% on curriculum right now. These are curriculum, these qualify as curriculum, but the focus of the sale is going to be literature. So there's going to be literature for really young kids like God's Big Story, and there's going to be stuff for the older kids like mine, you know, who need books like this or ones like Worldviews and Conflict. Highly suggest you go check them out while it's on sale. I buy these while they're on sale. So as soon as the sale hits, what I do is I look and see, okay, what books do I not have? Grab those and add them to my bookshelf because I can save so much money. Like when you can save up to 50%, that is a good day for the book lover over here. So that is my strategy. I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you have a great rest of your day and happy homeschooling.